The 2019 Liberty Quarter dollar is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. A landmark coin series by the United States Mint that began in 2010. Each coin in this program celebrates a unique national park, monument, or site that holds historical and cultural importance to America. The 2019 edition brought us 5 incredible designs that instantly caught collectors' attention. Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, American Memorial Park in the Northern Mariana Islands, War in the Pacific National Historical Park in Guam, San Antonio Missions National Historical Park in Texas, and Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness in Idaho. Each of these coins carries deep symbolism and intricate design work. For example, the Lowell Quarter honors the mill girls who fueled America's Industrial Revolution, while the San Antonio Missions Quarter beautifully captures Spanish colonial heritage through four symbolic images. These coins represent not only American artistry but also the nation's rich legacy in each stroke of the mint. Now, here's where things get interesting. The 2019 quarters were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The majority were clad circulation strikes made of copper nickel, but the San Francisco Mint also produced special proof coins, some even in 99.9% pure silver, making them far rarer and more desirable. Collectors have also been hunting for one of the most unique releases in modern U.S. coinage history: the 2019 West Point Mint Quarters, marked with a W mint mark. These coins were not released in proof sets or collector packs. Instead, they were randomly mixed into circulation across America, with only about 1 million made for each design. These West Point Quarters are among the rarest modern circulation coins ever, -1 by the U.S. Mint. Their scarcity and the excitement of finding one in everyday change caused a nationwide treasure hunt. People started checking every coin, hoping to spot the elusive W mint mark, and when they did, they struck gold figuratively and sometimes literally on eBay. 2019 Liberty Quarters, especially those with the W mint mark, have fetched impressive prices. Some sold for $50 to $100 in circulated condition, while high-grade, mint-state examples certified by PCGS or NGC have sold for anywhere between $300 and $1,500, depending on the design and condition. Even the common P and D mint mark coins can reach $10 to $25 if they have sharp details, are uncirculated, or come with notable die varieties or errors. Proof silver quarters from the San Francisco Mint also perform exceptionally well. Many listings on eBay and collector sites show silver proof sets from 2019 being sold for $60 to $120, with individual coins fetching $20 to $50 based on their grade and appeal. But what truly drives the price up are the error coins. 2019 quarters with double die obverse off-center strikes, die cracks. The 2020 Liberty Quarter dollar is part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a series that celebrated the nation's most historic parks and landmarks. This program ran from 2010 to 2021, and the 2020 issues were among the most sought after due to their unique designs and the unexpected surprises that came with their release. What makes 2020 special is not just the designs but also the rare minting errors and special varieties that have taken the coin world by storm. There were 5 designs released in 2020, each representing a different state or U.S. territory. These include the National Park of American Samoa Quarter, the Weir Farm National Historic Site Quarter, the Salt River Bay Quarter, the Marsh Billings Rockefeller Quarter, and the Tallgrass Prairie Quarter. Each of these features beautiful artwork and incredible detail, showcasing the natural and cultural heritage of the United States. But the real excitement for collectors began when error varieties started appearing shortly after their release. One of the most famous among these is the 2020 W Quarter. The W mint mark stands for West Point Mint, and in 2020 the U.S. Mint released only a limited number of these W quarters into circulation, about 1 million for each design. That may sound like a lot, but compared to the hundreds of millions of quarters produced at other mints, they are extremely rare. Collectors immediately began searching through their change, hoping to find one. These coins weren't sold by the mint. They were hidden in general circulation, making them a real treasure hunt. A 2020 W quarter in excellent condition can sell for anywhere from $30 to over $250, depending on the design and the grade. On eBay listings, of these coins appear regularly with uncirculated examples and professionally graded pieces selling for hundreds. Some have fetched even higher prices at auction, especially if they feature a unique minting error or remain in pristine mint state condition. Another exciting discovery was the Salt River Bay quarter, struck with a major die crack error. These coins feature visible cracks across the design caused by worn dies during minting. Such errors can raise the coin's value dramatically, with some error examples selling for $500 or more. Similarly, double die errors, off-center strikes, and missing edge lettering have been reported and are highly prized by collectors. What adds even more fascination to the 2020 Liberty Quarter dollar is its connection to history. It was one of the last years of the America the Beautiful series and was minted during a time when the world was facing major challenges, including the global pandemic. Because of that, many collectors consider 2020 coins symbolic of resilience and change, giving them an added emotional and historical appeal. Online platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stack's Bowers have reported impressive sales for 2020 quarters, particularly the West Point versions. Australian 20-cent coin from the year 2000. You might be holding onto a piece that could completely turn the tables for you. It may look like an ordinary coin, but some of these 20-cent pieces are worth far more than their face value, and collectors around the world are willing to pay surprising amounts for them. Stick around until the end of this video, because I'll reveal how much these coins are worth according to eBay, major online auctions, and how you can sell them the right way for maximum value. The Australian 20-cent coin from 2000 is a fascinating part of modern numismatic history. It was struck by the Royal Australian Mint and features the elegant platypus design created by Stuart Devlin, the same artist behind much of Australia's modern coinage. On the obverse side is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, showing her profile as used during that period, reflecting the stability and heritage of Australia's currency system. Now, while millions of 20-cent coins were minted in 2000, not all of them are the same. A very small number were accidentally struck using the obverse die meant for the Australian dollar, creating what's known as the mule error. This happens when two mismatched dies are used together during production, and in this case it led to a 20-cent coin that doesn't look quite right. The Queen's head appears slightly larger and closer to the rim than normal. This simple mistake created one of the most sought-after Australian coin errors of all time. Collectors refer to this as the 2000 20-cent mule coin, and its value can be jaw-dropping. On eBay, genuine examples have sold for anywhere from $2,000 to over $10,000 Australian dollars, depending on condition, certification, and provenance. In some professional auctions, high-grade versions certified by PCGS or NGC have even reached prices exceeding $15,000 Australian dollars. But even the regular 2000 20-cent coin, without the mule error, can have collectible interest. Coins in uncirculated or proof condition, especially those still sealed in mint packaging, often sell for several dollars each on online platforms like eBay and Etsy. The price increases if the coin retains strong luster, minimal scratches, and a sharp strike. For the rare mule error, collectors pay attention to small details. The easiest way to check if your coin is a mule is to look closely at the Queen's portrait. If her head seems larger and the rim is thicker than usual, you might have one of those valuable error coins. The difference might be subtle to the untrained eye, but in the world of numismatics, it can mean the difference between a 20-cent coin and one worth thousands. On eBay right now, listings for the 2000 20-cent mule coin are active, with bids ranging in the thousand, and past sales show consistent demand from serious collectors. Heritage Auctions and other international coin marketplaces have also reported strong results for this coin, showing that it remains one of the most desirable. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin, sitting quietly in your collection wallet or an old drawer, could actually turn the tables for you. Yes, this single piece of silver-colored metal might be the hidden gem that changes how you look at everyday coins forever. If you have this coin, you might be holding a treasure that reflects Australia's history, art, and legacy in one beautiful design. Stick around till the end of the video to learn its real value and how you can sell it to collectors for the best possible price. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin has a story that begins during one of the most remarkable transitions in the country's monetary history. In 1966, Australia changed its entire currency system, shifting from pounds shillings and pence to the decimal system. Introducing dollars and cents. The 20-cent coin was part of this exciting change, representing modern Australia's move toward global standards. The 1967 issue was only the second year of production, which makes it a special piece from the earliest years of decimal coinage. This coin is made of copper and nickel, weighing 11.31 grams and measuring 28.52 millimeters across. On one side, it proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a design created by the talented British sculptor Arnold Machen. On the reverse side, the coin features the striking image of a platypus, one of Australia's most unique and beloved animals, gracefully swimming through stylized ripples of water. Designed by Stuart Devlin, who later became the official jeweler to the Queen. This design perfectly captured the beauty and mystery of Australian wildlife and became an instant classic. But what makes the 1967 20-cent coin particularly interesting for collectors is its production and the small mysteries surrounding it. During this period, coins were minted in both Australia and overseas to meet the high demand of the new currency system. Some coins were struck at the London Mint in the United Kingdom, and subtle differences in die details and metal finish make those pieces especially collectible today. Many coin experts and enthusiasts spend years identifying tiny variations that distinguish the London minted coins from the Australian ones. Over time, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin gained a reputation not just as a common circulation piece, but as a coin with potential hidden value. Certain versions, particularly those in uncirculated or proof-like condition, can attract strong attention from collectors. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or weak impressions of the Queen's effigy make some coins significantly more valuable. A perfectly preserved specimen with its original shine can fetch impressive prices, depending on rarity and demand in the numismatic market. The coin also carries sentimental value. It marks a period when Australians were adjusting to a whole new way of counting money. It's a reminder of a nation. Today we're diving into the fascinating story of one of the most iconic coins from the mid-20th century, the 1960 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. This little piece of metal may seem ordinary, but hidden within its design, minting history, and varieties lies a tale of craftsmanship, change, and hidden value that will absolutely surprise you. So sit tight, coin lovers, this is one story you don't want to miss. The 5-cent coin as we know it today was first introduced in 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. The U.S. Mint held a design competition to honor Thomas Jefferson III, President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Out of 390 entries, Felix Schlag, a German-American sculptor, won the competition. His design showed a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, a design that became iconic and lasted for decades. By the time 1960 arrived, the Jefferson nickel had already been circulating for over 20 years, and America was experiencing enormous social and economic change, the space race, the Cold War, and a booming post-war economy. Through all that, the nickel remained a quiet witness in the hands of millions of Americans. The 1960 Jefferson nickel might not look rare at first glance, but it holds an important place in U.S. coin history. It represents the classic pre-modern era of American coinage, before the mint switched to more modernized dies and minting technology. Each 1960 nickel is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter. That simple yet enduring alloy composition gives the coin its silvery tone, strong, durable, and resistant to corrosion, just like Jefferson's legacy. Look closely at the obverse. Jefferson's stern yet thoughtful face reflects leadership and vision. Above him are the words, "In God we trust," and to the left, liberty, followed by the date 1960. On the reverse, the Monticello building stands proudly in the center with the inscriptions E Pluribus Unum above, and below it the words Monticello 5 cents and United States of America. Every fine line from Jefferson's cheek to the pillars of Monticello tells the story of America's dedication to freedom and progress. The 1960 Jefferson nickel was struck at 3 different mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, San Francisco S. Each mint had its unique striking characteristics. The Denver Mint produced the largest number of 1960 nickels, while the San Francisco Mint made fewer proof coins for collectors. The most exciting part: some 1960 nickels show die cracks, double dies, and full step Monticello varieties These are the hidden treasures that can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. The term full steps refers to the clarity of the steps on the Monticello, building on the reverse side. If all 5 or 6 steps are fully visible and strike sharp, the coin commands a premium value in the market. These fully detailed strikes are extremely rare for 1960 due to die wear and striking pressure variations. A 1960D full steps Jefferson nickel in mint state can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade and condition. In 1960, America was entering a new era. John F. Kennedy was about to become president. The nation's economy was thriving, cars were getting sleeker, and the dream of going to the moon was alive. During this time, millions of Americans carried Jefferson nickels in their pockets, using them to buy candy, newspapers, and gasoline, not knowing that one day collectors would treasure these coins as symbols of a pivotal time in American history. The San Francisco Mint also struck special proof nickels for collectors, polished to a mirror finish and packaged for those who love the artistry of coins. These proofs often have sharp strikes, frosted designs, and stunning luster. 1960 proof nickel graded PR67 or PR68 can easily sell for $50, $300, while exceptionally preserved pieces with deep cameo contrast can exceed $1,000. Now, here's where things get truly exciting. Some 1960 5-cent coins have unique minting errors that make them extremely valuable. Double die obverse, where Jefferson's profile or the date appears double off-center strikes, giving the coin a dramatic, eye-catching look. Clipped blankets, where a part of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap. Repunched mint marks RP especially seen in 1960D nickels, where the mint mark was struck more than once. Each of these errors can raise the value from a few dollars to several thousand, depending on rarity and condition. The 1960 nickel marks the end of an era, the last few years before the mint's modernization and before major design changes in U.S. coinage. Collectors cherish it for its balance of classic design, historical connection, and hidden rarity. It's a coin that connects generations, from Jefferson's 18th century ideals to the 20th century dreams of space exploration and modern America. A typical circulated 1960 nickel might fetch only 10 to 25 cents, but in uncirculated condition, especially with full steps, it can range from $20 to over $1,000. Exceptional proof or error examples have sold for over $3,000 at major auctions, proving that even the smallest coins can carry monumental worth when rarity and history align. Every 1960 nickel is a snapshot of American spirit, strong, enduring, and full of history. It carries the image of a founding father who envisioned liberty and equality.